freaking wires in the way. Let's see if we can do this. See if we can do that. Yeah, see if we can do that right there. Yeah, let's get that right there. Let's see. So what's going on, guys? I'm trying to get this this camera right so I can cook properly. If you guys are watching the replay, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Today's live stream is going to be very important for most men when it comes to their dealing with women. I've come to a realization recently, and I want to share with you guys, and there's just no way around that. I'm just going to have to thug it out, as they say. Thug it out. So, how did I get this to work last time? Okay. This is crazy, bruh. Trying to get this damn thing to work properly. You guys watching the replay like, what is wrong with this dude? What's wrong with dude, bruh? Don't know how to work technology or something. So that's just gonna have to do for today's live stream. So I want to share with you guys what's going on, Ryan. I want to share with you guys, as you guys are trying to self-improve your lives, trying to be better men, better people. Your number one distraction is going to be women. And they distract you in a multitude of ways. What's going on, introvert? Introvert, I thought I gave you a wrench, bro. Am I tripping? Hey, as you guys come in here, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. Just double tap the screen on these vertical lives. It is much appreciated. Hey, I thought I made you a moderator, introvert. Glad to see you in here on this Saturday morning. Yeah, wrench, yeah. You've been a long supporter of the channel, so I'm gonna give you a wrench, bro. So I mean, a wrench is basically just a moderator. My bad. What's going on, Ashley? So even the women showed up to hear this message. So, like I was saying, as you guys are on the journey of self-improvement, trying to improve yourselves, trying to be the better version of yourself, the biggest distraction that's going to always be deterrent and trying to deter you away from these things are going to be women. And that's one of the indications that if you do have a good woman, she's not distracting you. She's not always in your business needing attention, all this stuff. There's levels to it. But most women are burdens and distractions. And we're going to talk about it in this live stream. It'll be very enlightening. So yeah, buckle up because this is going to be a good one. I got some notes for you guys. So what inspired this live stream is whenever you're trying to change your life, whenever you're trying to make money, to get into shape, all these things take an intense amount of focus and an intense amount of ruthlessness. And when I say ruthlessness, I'm talking about like basically just saying like, hey, this is my goal and nobody's going to get in the way of it. Nobody. Not friends, not family, not my girlfriend, not strangers trying to give me things that I do not want. So this is the constant battle that you're going to have just trying to accomplish your goals, dealing with distractions from strangers, from family members, from friends, all these things. And that's how you know, like I said, you have good family and friends if you guys aren't distracting each other and you guys are helping each other improve. What's going on, Jason, Alexander? So you're already going to have trouble accomplishing your goal because your goal should be big. It should be something that's outrageous. We don't shoot for small goals. So as you're trying to achieve this stuff, distractions, life, your emotions are going to make things harder for you. And then just to tack it on more, women are going to distract you even more. And it's crazy because the more that you're focused on a goal and you have that intense focus that it requires, it seems like women attract to you more. See, whenever you were in a relationship and you were always loving her and giving her what she wanted, you pushed her away. But see, now that you have an intense focus and you're decentering her from your life, now these women are in love with you. Introvert, they want to show up and distract you is what they're doing. Introvert says, there was a so-called study that men are more likely to succeed in business world when married or something, which I find that hard to believe due to conflicting information. Yeah, they need to update those. Um, and plus, I mean, a woman is supposed to be a helpmeet. So if she's a good woman, and you find a good woman, she's supposed to help you with your goals and help you achieve them. But you know, they're missing some context there. A lot of women in today's culture are miscalibrated. They're too focused on their goals. They're too focused on their career. So how can they truly be good mothers? How can they truly support you whenever they have their own agenda? Oftentimes their agenda leads them nowhere. Unfortunately, it leads them to debt. It leads them to not having kids and the loneliness and the unhappiness, all the negative emotions. But this is how they're taught and raised in society. Keith, yeah, that's what she's supposed to help with. Keith, um, introvert further writes, which is also hard to come by these days. Exactly. Like there's a marriage, there's a bridal thing or a marriage. You know, like people come to get their dresses and stuff down the street from where I live. That thing just closed down. People aren't getting married anymore. Like, bro, the unrealistic expectations. Like, guys, I was just talking to my barber recently. I just came from his I'm getting a haircut. And as you guys come in here, please don't hesitate to hit the like button, double tap the screen on these vertical lives. So he's telling me that this woman wants to get into a relationship and date and go on dates and all this stuff. And she lives with a guy and has a kid. That just goes to show you how brainless, how stupid, delusional these women are, how low the standard of dating truly is. Um, it's complete madhouse and nonsense. It's stupid. So people hopping into marriages within 6 to months to a year with these modern women are insane to me. Introvert further writes, there is something on the internet about B. Simone facing some sort of backlash. Yeah, I seen that. I might make a live stream about that tomorrow. Some states have common law marriage, unlike California and a few other states. I think, yeah. I think California is the worst because you get effed over the worst in divorce court, which is why women know these laws, which is why they move over there. What do you, storage space says, what do you talk about when approaching the situation, the environment? If you're in the grocery store, you say like, oh, hey, oh, whatever she's touching. She touching the meat. Oh, you in the steak? You gonna cook some steak for me? You just kind of just whatever situation you're in. You're at the concert, talk about the concert, and then that leads to one thing to another. So whatever space you're in, use your surroundings. I have read that, Kella. It's good, bro. You don't have to say that, bro. I was just giving an example. Um, Talk about stuff that's in that environment that you're approaching, or just start a conversation normal. Hey, how are you? It's a little bit boring, but it works. Just say something. I have read that California currently has a very low divorce rate. I don't know where they got those statistics. Those statistics are wrong. The divorce rate amongst those celebrities over there is extremely high. Yeah, that's a lie. So how do women distract you? Women distract you because they're the ultimate consumers. What do you mean, Miles, with the ultimate consumers? They drain your energy, meaning that they use you as a utility to mow the lawn for your physical labor. Hell, for your uh, intercourse labor as well, right? Because whenever you guys are having intercourse, you're doing most of the work, right? And she wants her back blown out. So that takes a tremendous amount of energy and force and vigor and endurance. So, she wants you to do all these things, and then, once you do all that and you roar, so to say, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, you ejaculate, then she gets mad whenever you go to sleep. It's like, I'm the physical labor, I'm the ox, I'm the utility here. You should be tucking me in. The hell are you talking about? So they drain you for your energy, and then they don't. Oftentimes, most women, not all women, uh, they won't help you get any money, but they will help you spend the money. So they're draining your resources, dates, they want gifts, all these different things, right? And then they're taking away your time. Time, women want attention, they want to monopolize your time. Uh, Make you, it's crazy, right? Women want you to be rich, but not to work any rich man hours. It's a storage space says it's a decent example because nobody online can say, and I don't know how are you if that works because women are so boring and horrible. Yeah, women. Yeah, I mean, cold approaches. Part of the reason why cold approaches did it because they got all these women and they got all these men in their DMs and dating apps. And so when she walks out, she's not looking for any attention typically, unless she's like dressed scantily clad. So that's why she's so indifferent in public. Introvert says, but what about everyday average couples? You talking about the divorce rate for everyday average couples? Introvert, is that what you mean? So these women, they're going to take time away because they need attention. They want attention. It's just like if you guys ever had a dog, a female dog, that dog wants some attention. That dog wants you to play with it. That dog wants you to touch it and cuddle it. Women are the exact same way. I mean, if we're being real, the average divorce rate, people say it's 50%. It's probably like, if we're being realistic, the few people that are still married, the few people who are still married, it's probably, and the people that are rushing into marriages and all this kind of crazy crap, it's probably around 60, 70%, if we're being honest. They've been saying it's been 50% for a long time, which is still high, right? We glance over these numbers as if they're not high numbers. Like you got a 50% chance. Like if I said you had a 50% chance of you getting into a car wreck, you'd be like, I'm not driving today. I'm not driving on the road. There's a 50% chance you could die right now if you do this activity. Most people wouldn't do it. But people hop into marriages as if that doesn't have any long-term effect on their lives. Especially when you get divorced, you're breaking up whole families and whole family trees and legacies, and it becomes a problem, you know. And when you get into situations where you date other people after you divorce, and then you have stepkids that are not kin to each other, and then that's how SA happens amongst family members because it's the step parents, and on paper you're related, but in reality you aren't related. Just result in fine. I was saying, how are you would just result in fine. Not make any effort to let the guys work for her. Yeah, I mean, these women are either entitled, either she's not into you like that, which is why she's not responding with vigor, or, that's the crazy thing about women, right? When we've gotten so far down in society that your pickup game, your approach, your text messaging has to be such an entertainment uh, act just to keep her attention. Why? Because she can just swipe a little bit more in the next hour and find a different guy to talk to that looks just as good as you are. Not always quality, but this just shows you how ridiculous dating is. Your texting game, your approach game has to be entertaining now. You can't just have a regular conversation. And then, women talk about, well, I like deep conversations. No, the hell they don't. Guys, if you're going on dates and you're talking about astrophysics, you're an idiot. You're an imbecile. That date is going terrible. You should stay surface level. Um, yeah, celebrities got the highest divorce rates. Being in spotlight might play a factor in their situation. Yeah, celebrities they're in a different stratosphere. A lot of men, introvert further writes, a lot of men are taking back their boundaries, meaning that they're reestablishing them after being disrespected by women after a certain point. Exactly. Yeah, because like after a while, it's just like, bro, like you said you wanted everything in the world. I gave you everything. It wasn't enough. You still disrespect me. At some point, you're gonna take your ball and leave. You're gonna take your ball and leave. Storage space. Exactly. That's why I haven't not bothered with hundreds of approaches, because they expected too much. I'm not a jester. Exactly. But imagine trying to make me a steak, and how are you? Screw it. What should be talked about on the first date? Um, Surface level stuff, bro. Like, what's your favorite show? You into sports? What you like doing for fun? What's your hobbies? Talk about work a little bit, and what you like doing for fun outside of work. Like, just basic, fun stuff. Your favorite, yeah, because I promise you, women are not that deep, homie. They don't like deep conversations, right? You want to have a conversation about free will, right? Some real reality. Because if women like deep conversations, they would be more in tune with reality. They wouldn't be all dolled up on makeup and wearing high heels and having implants. If they were really in a deep conversation, they'd know that deep conversation means reality, means the truth, and women are far away from that. Far away from that. Also, whenever you're dealing with women, being around women too much, um, and this is how single mothers raise their sons. When you're around women too much, they make you weak. They make you soft. What do you mean? Well, whenever you're after you have intercourse, you just want to lay there and sit there, and or women, they say they want careers, they say they want to get the bag, but how do you get the bag when you go to work and you get in just before work and you leave right when it's time to go to work? How do you want the bag when you're just doing the bare minimum? But women will say that stuff and say, I'm a boss chick, I'm a strong independent woman, because you check in and do a job. um, I mean, the reason why the government gave you a job in the first place is because they figured out a way to tax the man and the woman. So women are just insane. They don't they don't understand the play that's being run on them. Um, oh yeah, introvert. Oh, bruh, homie, if you want to kill all sexual attention, all sexual um, intimacy on the first date, bro, do not talk about politics. Don't even bring that up, bruh. Lord, guys, you want to talk about date suicide? Do not ever bring up politics, especially if you are conservative. It is a waste of time. And if she brings it up, you just say, "Oh, I'm not into politics," or "I'm an independent." Right? Like, hell no. Don't even entertain politics. You get that subject off the table. You don't bring it up as a man on the first date. And if she brings it up, you get off that subject fast. You evade that subject. That dries up. It's like that politics dries up the the moistness and the intimacy of the whole interaction, right? If you get laid on the first night, it's not going to be because you talked about politics. I promise you. That's a trap question. That's a trap question. Do not talk about no damn politics on any date. And plus, we know most women are liberal anyways, right? Which is why their lives are in shambles, which is why they're feminists, they're career women, they can't get married, they're promiscuous. All these things, we know they're liberal because their lifestyle is very liberal. And so that goes without showing, right? And even the conservative women, they're liberal. What do you mean they're liberal? Well, how can you be a conservative woman and how can you be a traditional woman, a good mother, when you're working a career, when you're in the spotlight all the time, right? Who's taking care of the kids, right? Because women have the nerve to say, well, I don't want stay-at-home fathers. Well, and if I work, you have to work. Okay, then who's taking care of the kids? Grandma? Grandma already raised you and her kids. It's not her job in life to raise your kids. They want to settle out their last 5, 10, 15 years on this planet in peace and see them whenever they want to see them. But then guess what? Okay, that's how you guys end up in financial ruins in relationships. Why? Because that's another key point. Because she's working, you're working, and then what do you have to do? Give daycare, push the kids off to daycare. And guys, daycare runs like anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a month. And then you have the nerve to say, I don't know why your message got restricted. Introvert. That wasn't me. That was the Google Corporation. Um, I was cooking. I forgot about what I was talking about. But yeah, exactly. And then they get the nerve. They have the unmitigated gall to get mad at a stranger for taking care of your kid and treating it wrong. It's your kid. It's not their kid. They're not going to take care of it with the same amount of vigor and attention and attentiveness that you are supposed to have as being the parent. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. And so women make you weak and soft. Being around them too much, they're goofy. They make you, because whenever you go out, guys, like I'm just gonna tell you some real shit right now. Like when you guys go out and you leave the house, you need to be serious. You need to be serious because you need to make sure nobody distracts you from your goal at getting a promotion at work or messing up your bag at work. You need to be on constant guard with people's microaggressions and checking people and ready to fight psychologically and physically possibly. So being around women too much, they kill all of that energy that you require to be a serious and man to achieve your goals and to be who you need to be. So, you know, there's something to be said about sexual transmutation. Whenever you're using that sexual energy that you have and not having sex with a woman, but transmuting it into a career, transmuting it into something meaningful that can get you somewhere in life. If you're always having sex and releasing your semen, you're not going to build a whole bunch of muscle. You might build your sexual muscles, but you're not building up any relevant muscles. You're spending time and you have to recover after that, which is time that's taken away from your goals and possibly making money and whatever. So women make you weak, soft, and they energy drain you. A lot of you guys are wondering why you don't have energy, why you guys can't get anything accomplished. It's because of women, typically. Typically. Now, some of it is because of your own laziness, procrastination, but that is the underlying tone for most men. We're going to get into that in just a second. Out of all the different ways they distract you, introvert further writes, That's the bottom. That's the bottom line. But yeah, service level conversation could work. Skilled tradesmen are earning more money than individuals with college degrees. Yeah, college is irrelevant. Unless you're trying to get a master's degree. The new, since everybody can get a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree, the new thing that will set you apart is a master's degree. But you better get that master's degree in something meaningful, because the amount of debt that you're going to be in after you get that master's degree, we're talking about 80K plus. So you better be financially responsible, and you better be um, getting a high earning job from that. But that's the scam of college. It's extremely expensive, but the value isn't there, which is why a lot of people, when they graduate out of college, they don't work in that field. It's because they can't find a job in that field. It's because college is a scam, or they chose a major that's not in demand right now. And plus, every 4 years, you guys got to understand that in business, 4 years is a long time. A lot of innovation, a lot of things can change within 4 years. So, you really have to know the industry that you're going to be in. It's going to have a future. But they don't teach you that stuff. They scam you as a 18, 17, 18, 19-year-old kid. Um, Integrity in society is just gone. Not everyone has that luxury. Oh no, what do you mean, introvert? So we're about to get into um, how women truly distract you from your goals. And a lot of you guys will be able to identify with this. And as you guys are coming in here, please don't hesitate to hit the like button and hit and you guys can, more than welcome to chat in the chat room. I will read you guys' messages as you guys chat. You can enroll in the trade school for less than 3 years. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and some of those trade schools, they take a year, and then you'll start out making 60, 70, 80K as a 21 year old. That's damn good, depending on, what state you live in, what part of the state you do live in. Now, if you're living in the city, that's just a starter's kit. But, you starting at 21, 20, 21, 22. By the time you're 26, 28, hopefully you moved into a different position that, you got more experience. You move into a different position that is paying you more. And that's the problem with some people. They stay in the same position without any promotion or anything for years. No, you're right, introvert. Not everyone has the luxury of making a lot of money pertaining to a master's degree. If your master's degree is in psychology, then yeah, you're not going to make that whole bunch of money. It matters what fields you're in as well. Let's just say for California, nah, that's not enough. Texas is solid. Georgia is solid. Nevada is actually not surprisingly the worst. Um, Most of the Californians, when California government get the tripping and they're in this deficit, they escape to Arizona, Texas, or Nevada. 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 But let's get into all the different ways that women distract you. And a lot of you guys will be able to identify with this because you see it every day. See, women distract you with their sexual teasing. It's not enough. California is not enough. I don't know why California, bro, like they're in a deficit, bro. And all those riots and, the different taxes, bro, like New York and California, they tax you the most. Like if you're making $1 million, they're gonna tax you like on half of your money. Yeah, bro, like California, besides the women and the weather, there's no way in hell, bro. Then they let the criminals, have free reign because the police force is defunded and understaffed. Yeah, bro, they're gonna tax you into poverty. They're gonna tax the mess out of you. But let's get into the ways that women distract you. Okay, the most common one is social media. What do you mean by social media? Well, I can tell a lot about a guy or a person about who do you follow. If I just saw your phone and got into your Instagram account and saw what you follow on Instagram. If you're a guy and you follow all these Instagram models, you follow all these women that are half dressed, you're distracted. You're sexually distracted because you're scrolling through and you're spending and wasting time. And then on top of that, you know, depending on what day it is, you might be extra aroused that day. And then guess what? Now you done masturbated and now you done drained your own energy, spilled seed, drained your own energy. And now you got to recover. You done lost some energy. You done lost some momentum from your goals. And plus, let's just be real, masturbation, um, most men would rather have intercourse with a real woman than your hand. Well, social media can be a common denominator, but there is more to it. Exactly, like some dudes are addicted to corn. We got to talk in the code because this is you get censored on YouTube. But dudes get attracted. You're distracted with Instagram models on Instagram. You're distracted with corn. Like we know you're not gonna get anything. You're not gonna get anything done because you're sexually distracted. And that's how women distract you the most. They distract you and tease you with their lust. And guess what? These corporations, these corporations, they know that, which is why on Twitter, which is why on Instagram, which is why just hell on your regular Facebook feed, they're gonna send you a provocative video or photo, just a random provocative video or photo. And you cannot even be looking for this stuff. You cannot even search it up and put it on your algorithm. But they're going to put it on these apps because they know that's going to work and keep people on the app so they can make more money. And so this is why I get rid of social media. I delete it. I don't delete my accounts because you need social media at a level. I'm not going to tell you guys to not have a social media at all. But I definitely limit my consumption. I delete the Instagram, I delete the Snapchat, all of that crazy stuff because it's a distraction. And guys, I'm telling you, like, if you're really trying to get something done, you really need all your focus and energy on that goal, or it's not going to get accomplished. What's going on, Zaire? People, familiar faces that showed up on the live stream. But yeah, guys, it's harder than you think it is to get where you need to get. And it's going to take consistency and limit of distractions. So, excuse me. Social media, for the most part, I think this is the easiest thing that you can control. You can get rid of social media. I delete the apps off my phone, not the account. Just deleting the app off the phone will limit your consumption and distraction from social media. Looking at all these half-naked women that these social media platforms throw at you to keep you on the app. So that's within your control. Now, here's where things get tricky. And this is why women are the biggest distractions and deterrents from getting to the bag, getting to your goals. Public work. That's right. Just walking out in public. Women are a distraction. Just going to work every day. Women are a distraction. Exactly, introvert. Like, anybody subscribe to OnlyFans, bro, you need therapy. You need the Lord. You need, like, bro, you legitimate, bro. I'm not even. That's a whole different conversation. But let's get back into this. Public. Wait. You guys are like, whoa, Miles, what are you talking about? Like, women, just being in public, they're distracting you. Yes, they are. Do you see how these women dress today? Would I permanently ban social media? I wouldn't ban social media, but I would ban the sexual content on it. I would ban the sexual content on it. And yeah, I think I just banned the sexual content on it. Um, you guys realize, right, that these dating apps are dying, right? Like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, like they're all dying. Like the new dating app technically is Instagram now. Oh, well, I mean, OnlyFans really was supposed to be for celebrities or people with a fan base. Only your fans. So it was supposed to be about anybody that has a significant fan base. They can create this account on OnlyFans, and their fans can come in and see just their exclusive content. But women jumped out there, or these internet PIMPs jumped on there, and they're like, "Hey, we can sell sex. We can sell nudity and make money off a subscription-based model, right? And this is how women sell you on getting OnlyFans, right? They're like, yeah, you can search up any woman that you want to search up, but you won't be able to see this body unless you subscribe to OnlyFans. And dudes got the curiosity. They fell for hook, line, and sinker. They're like, yeah, I mean, I could search up any woman I can on the internet for, all these different corn and X-rated videos, but the curiosity and the mystique that she has, I just got to see what it look like. I'm gonna subscribe to the thing. Then you guys subscribe to it, and she just doing feet pictures. She doing stuff that other women doing on their regular Instagram accounts. You wasted wasted your subscription base. Anyways, and then you got these women, they love this sexual power that the lust that they can capture from men gives them. They love that. They love that, which is why they dress provocatively to get you foaming at the mouth. And then they get you to do that to get you to approach them just so they can reject you, just so they can make money off of you. They really think you're stupid because the guy that she really wants effed her and F some other girl the next night and don't give a dang about her. She want the guy that smashes multiple attractive women, Instagram models, all kinds of crazy stuff. So let's get back on subject. So public, they distract you in public. Just you walking out in public every day. And Zaire, you in Florida, so I know you. It's the summertime, so I know, Lord Jesus, you be getting distracted. These women distract. Have you seen what kind of clothes these women be wearing? And as you guys come in, please hit the like button. Just double tap the screen if you guys enjoy this content. But have you seen how women dress now? Bro, I was just in the barbershop, and apparently there's a tan lady that does spray on tans, and she's making a killing, by the way. But anyway, some of her clients walk in with these shorts. I'm like, your butt isn't fully covered with the shorts. And women, they walk out of the house like this, guys. And that is a distraction, a sexual distraction. Why? Because you're a man. You're a heterosexual man. You're supposed to be attracted to a woman that has big tatas, especially if she's exposing them. It's natural in your nature to look and to be aroused by it. It's natural for you to go out and look at a woman and she has a big butt for you to be aroused by it. If you weren't aroused by it, that means you're desensitized and you're going to have erectile dysfunction. Or you're turning off your sexual monitors, which is not good because when you get an actual woman, now you don't want to have intercourse with her. And so women just distract you in general when you're out in public. And these women, they have no decency. And this is the decline of dating, the decline of society, the moral ethics of society. We are living in Sodom and Gomorrah. These women will walk out with these tights all up their butt, all up their cooch. And then they have the nerve to get mad at you for calling you a creep, when the reason that she came out there in the first place is to get attention. Knowing she wanted to reject you, but she just wanted to get the attention, that thrill, that emotional that thrill. Bro, don't even talk about the gym, bro. The gym is, bro. The gym is a damn joke. These women, I'm like, bro, you might as well just work out naked. Am I the only proponent that thinks that women and men should work out in different gyms? Hell, I think men and women should work in different office spaces. There should be the women over here working together and the men over here working together. Exactly, bruh. Storage space, hit it right on the head. It's like, bruh, like, and then they women are so disingenuous, bruh. And then they wear these scantily clad stuff, and then they get in all these different positions. They're getting in the squatting, they're getting in the stretching, and like, these women, most of them don't even do a proper workout. They either walk on the damn stairmaster, they walk on the treadmill, they do a couple glute bridges, and they do a couple squats and call it a day. I'm like, if you just gonna walk, you could have just walked outside. Exactly, bro. Like, you trying to get in shape, bro. Like, having a vigorous workout is how you get really good in shape and how you look good and become attractive. And you know guys, I hope you guys, whenever you're working out, I hope you guys aren't just working out because you want to attract women. Yes, that's a good thing to do for, look more attractive to women. But guys, life is, as a man, is quite toilsome. You need to know how to get in shape because you might have to save somebody. You might have to, this is what we call about protection. You need to be, life is a marathon, right? Which means what? You need to be in shape to run it. Do all the things that you need to do as a man to be in that position. So, without validating their ego, I mean, it all depends how she takes it, bro. But at the beginning, just just open your mouth and say, "Hey," or just, like I said, talk about the social environment. Then you work out to help others as well, like, help moving couches, and it's a lot of different other things that serve as a functionality for you to get in shape. It isn't just for to attract a woman. A lot of people in the gym, the people that these bodybuilders, they can't move. So it's just like, okay, if we need you to run 2 miles, if we need you, he couldn't do it. If he needs you to, if you need to get into a fist fight, he can't pass the first few punches. He's gassed. So, and then these women, they distract you with their sexuality at work. They come to work. God, that's how you know women aren't trying to get to the bag. Because they come to work to distract. They come to work trying to get attention. And this is how they end up cheating with guys at work, is because you as if you're a woman in a relationship. First of all, when you go to work is a competitive environment. So, these people aren't your friends. Really. They really aren't your friends. You guys might be cool and kick it, but most of the time they're not really your friends. Compared competitive environment, people are trying to move up and find out different ways to get promotions and to undercut you sometimes. It's not always that ruthless, but the higher up you get, um, the more that environment exists. And so these women go to work, they dress in scantily clad, they talking too much, giving up personal information. And if you're a player at work and you don't care about losing the bag, and you trying to smash girls at work, when a woman shares personal information, you're in there like swimwear, because that's how women get emotionally attached to guys. Hey, how's your relationship? Oh, well, and she get to talking too much. Oh, well, it's not going too well. We got into an argument, and then the guy's like, "Ooh, I gotta end." And then he starts probing deeper. He's like, "Oh, what happened?" Well, you know, if you need to get out, we can go out to happy hour. And then guess what? Happy hour turns into staying at work after hours. And so these women distract you. They come to work trying to look attractive. And whenever you guys are focusing at work and you see a woman walk past and you're like, damn, like why is she wearing that? Or damn, she looks good today. That's distracting you. See, now you guys understand the wisdom as to why those guys in the Middle East have those women in the cobs. Whenever they go out in public, they're completely covered. Because whenever you see a woman that's covered, there's no sexual thoughts in your mind. Meaning what? There's no form of distraction in your mind. So women should, whenever they go out in public, technically they should be covered or be in the house, which is not distracting from anybody. Because whenever they come out looking scantily clad, that makes you as a guy aroused, and that makes you want to go approach and talk to them. And I'm not saying you guys shouldn't talk to women or cold approach these women. I'm just saying when you guys are on trying to get your goals together and you're trying to legitimately focus, that's when a woman's going to show up. She's going to give you choosing signals and waste your time. You're going to go up there and approach her, and she's going to act all interested just to, well, I don't get my number. Well, and so decentering women from your life is essential. Is it worth calling out these women for the provocative outfits? No, because this shit ain't gonna change. Like, this shit ain't gonna change. I'm arming you with this information, guys. So whenever you guys are getting to a space when you're trying to accomplish a goal, you're gonna look at, oh, she's trying to distract me. Because once she accomplishes her task in distracting you, and you're broke, she's gonna leave you. You know, you're distracted and you ain't got nothing. You know, your money, the money and the goals come first, because if you didn't have the money and the goals and the purpose, oh, no woman would want you. So the woman, so all that stuff is first. It's essential. But women come along and try to take you away from those things. And once she takes you away, she leaves you. When she drains you of your resources, she leaves you. It's like when you're in America, anything goes. While some things are highly unacceptable in other cultures, exactly. This is why we're declining. And so, I mean, guys, like we know at this point, the dating culture is going to get worse before it gets any better. There's no incentive for it to change. And then also, these women love being a distraction and and teasing you and giving you blue balls, especially when you're at work. And so, she'll come to work looking provocative, and then, she'll wonder why guys are staring at her, and she'll call you a creep because you're being a man, meaning that you're looking at an attractive woman, and then and then whenever you get the gall to approach her, she's gonna run to HR. All these women, they put themselves in these situations. All of these situations could have been avoided if they just put clothes on, if they just weren't in the workplace. But like I said, these things are not going to change. I'm just giving you the arming you with the information so you don't get distracted while you're at work. When you're in public, you don't get distracted. I wonder what the root cause of women being a distraction for men. Is it because of the clothing they've been wearing or something else? Well, as a man, you're naturally drawn to women, right? So the way a woman gets your attention in the first place is by her sexuality. She needs to emphasize, a woman's beauty is very mesmerizing, right? like, let's just say she dressed modestly and she's super attractive in the face. You're going to be mesmerized by her. You're going to be like, wow, that woman looks amazing. And you're going to be like, damn, like, you're going to be like, and so it's all everything that women's beauty, and then is a distraction by itself. And then when they, in modern society, where they dress the way they dress, then you have all these different avenues to have access to all these things. As men, we're sexually driven, whether we want to admit it or not. We go to the gym to get better women. We make more money to get more better women. So we're already doing this stuff subconsciously. It's been like that, introvert, for ages. If you read the Bible, David, whenever he got with one of her, he cheated. He got with one of his soldiers' wives, and he sent him on the front line to get killed. Bathsheba. Um, he saw her while she was taking a shower and got mesmerized by her. And so a woman's beauty has always been a distraction for men. And women have always dethroned men from power for the ages. Hell, most of the fights, most of the guys in prison, they got into these situations over a woman. Either their sister needed help defending herself, or they were defending their mother, or their girlfriend got domestically violence, or this guy, the woman cheated and he's trying to get the guy back for cheating on and getting his woman. So women have always been the source of conflict and for guys, and have been a distraction for men for a millennial, and it's going to be that way for until the end of this world. But let's be honest, women are weirdos, because once they see their looks isn't triggering you, they begin to hate on you because you're a man of substance. Talk about it. Women don't handle rejection very well at all. At all. Women don't handle rejection well at all. If a woman gives you choosing signals and you don't act on them because you don't find her attractive, she takes that personally. If a woman, and they're jealous and hateful too, because if you see two women in a group, um, if it's like a group of women and you go up and approach a woman in the group, all those other women are going to incentivize her to not talk to you. Why? Because they're not getting their attention from men. So women are very spiteful, vindictive, and jealous creatures, and envious creatures on their own. It's by design, introvert. It's all mind control from the overlords, whatever you want to call them. It can lead to temptation. Exactly. Ooh, storage space. Bruh. Let me read what storage space just said. In nature, you have no goals, so women distracting you is a modern design by the elite. Yes, so they can control you. Like, guys, we're getting to a point to where they don't have to they don't have to control people through force anymore. They can just give you some pleasure and you'll be distracted and you won't fight back. The government, the people, the elite, they figure this out. If they just distract you with these women, if they just distract you through social media, you're not going to fight against any of their policies. An introvert, you're right. That can be extremely dangerous. Like, think about all the different things. Like, tell me the masculinity and testosterone hasn't dropped in men. So, back then in America, whenever we had the Boston Tea Party, or whatever that situation, what we call that, where the British shipped over some tea and they wanted tax on it. And the Americans were like, we're doing dump this in the ocean just over some taxes. Fast forward till today, You get taxed on property taxes, income tax, sales tax, social security tax. You get taxed. The dollar then got taxed like 50 different times. That lets you know how distracted you are, the modern people, average person is, because we should have rebelled a long time ago. And so the way you distract men is sexually. You distract them. Yeah, they have been programmed to throw all their attention away from older men when they were young. No, you're 100% right, introvert. It is the food. You got to think, like, and I'm about to end the live stream shortly. So as you guys come in here, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. But I'm gonna finish with this on introvert, and as you guys are interacting with the chat, I'm gonna interact with the chat the next 3, 4, 5 minutes as we wind down. But you're right, testosterone in men has definitely decreased because of processed food. You guys have to think, when you're on a farm, it takes a while for you to have for the cattle to have kids and to raise the kids up to their worthy of being slaughtered. That takes time. But McDonald's, they sell thousands of burgers each day. So how is the meat truly real when the actual farming takes a process? It takes time. So either they're injecting these animals, these chickens, with hormones to make them um, age faster, so they can slaughter them for demand for these fast food companies and these restaurants, or or the food that they're giving you guys isn't real food. But that's the trap again, introvert. You're right, but here's the trap. Quality food, being healthy in America, is expensive. Unless you're gonna get, these piss poor, frozen goods from the grocery store. But getting good quality water is expensive. Getting a good quality meal, smoothies, juices, all this stuff is expensive. Getting good high nutritionist meals is expensive. Meanwhile, what it takes to get a smoothie at whatever smoothie place, Lean Greens is a good one around here. The smoothie is going to run you 10, 12, $11. The juice is going to run you 10, 11, $12. Well, at Taco Bell, you can get a meal and a side of uh, cinnamon sticks for $10. And plus the cost of living is expensive. Inflation is heating up, so people are going to go buy the cheaper thing. I agree with you, introvert. It might be expensive, but it's worth it. I agree. Your health should not be compromised at all, because what's life if you're dead? If you're always sick, if you're always weak, what is life? So I wouldn't compromise my health for anybody, and none of you guys should be the same either. Most of you guys should be the same too. What's going on, Zaire? Hey, Mal. Zaire writes, "Hey, Miles, I'm at 11K followers on TikTok. If you want to use my public interviews as content, feel free. Next month, I'll be in Arizona State University doing interviews with women. Bro, you're gonna have to send me some. Bro, you're gonna have to send me some clips, bro. You're gonna have to send me some clips, bro, and I'm gonna react to them. That's gonna be crazy. I got to see that because the women gonna be fine and they're gonna be saying some stupid stuff. Jesse Reyes says, "What's going on, Jesse Reyes? Hella true. I make home meals the highest quality. I own a restaurant, so I buy in bulk. Only thing I mind is the time it takes cooking money is my instead of the money. My health is worth more than money." Exactly. What's who wants to be a billionaire but you're fat and overweight? It don't make any sense. You can't even enjoy um your wealth. And plus women and people are only with you because you have the money. You're not attractive because you're overweight. Why do you think liquor stores are in African American neighborhoods more than other neighborhoods? Their standards, demand. I mean, I live in a nice place in Dallas, but there's a liquor place right down the street too. So it's kind of everywhere. People are going to always be hedonistic, and people are going to always be pleasure driven and trying to, have escapism. So that's always going to happen, unfortunately. But I think they put them in every community now, to be honest with you. Um, all right, introvert. Where do you want me to send the finalized clips to you? Email or message on or something? Um, yeah, just send them to my email. Let me write my email in the chat, I think. Yeah, let me put this in the chat real fast. And then, yeah, after that, I'm going to have to gut for you guys or have to check out for you guys. What am I? Here, just write it out, Zaire. Get you something real fast. I'll give you a couple seconds to find something to write it down. You can just send it to my email account. So the email account is Myles Chumley, MyLeschumley at yahoo.com. And just send the finished clips there. Another thing, African Americans are more likely to be exposed to pollution than other communities. I think, bro, we have bombs that are we have nuclear bombs that are gonna eviscerate the whole entire planet at some level in the future. That's gonna eliminate life as we know it. Pollution. I mean, if you're in the city, pollution is everywhere. If you want higher pollution, you need to go out in the rural places where there's a lot of trees. The trees, the oxygen, the grass, everything's natural. So the email is this: Myles Chumley at yahoo.com. MyLeschumley at yahoo.com. You got it, Zaire? I mean, they're trying to get rid of Iran's nuclear weapon capacity, but Benjamin Netanyahu or Bibi, I don't know if you say his name, Bibi, he been saying that for 30 years. No, we're not getting rid of nuclear weapons, bro. Yeah, we're not getting rid of nuclear weapons. The Earth is gonna pass away when we start shooting them all over the place. Certain pieces of land on this Earth will be inhabitable. And even if you didn't get strike with it and blow up right then, the nuclear fallout is going to come down and kill all of the vegetation and all of the crops and everything and strangle you from your oxygen. Yeah, I did spell it out for you, bro. I'm about to leave. So this is the last time I'm gonna spell it. So hopefully you get it right next time, or next stream tomorrow we can talk about it. So Myleschumley at Yahoo. No spaces. My name at Yahoo. No spaces. So no, I haven't seen it, introvert. Yeah, you got it right there. You got it, Zaire. So I'm gonna go. That's my live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good day, good week, good rest of your day. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow morning, probably around the same time, 11, 12. I'll see you guys. Peace.